So this is what 4 weeks of loading gear in and out of my studio looks like over a really busy and intense time period. It's certainly not as clean and organized as I generally like to keep things in here, but this past month has just been super busy. We've just wrapped up the Adelaide Fringe Festival here in town, and as fun and rewarding as all of the shows were, I have to say it feels really good to be able to take a couple of days now, reset, tidy up, and prepare for the next lot of projects that I have coming up. Now, doing this, it kind of got me thinking about some of the things that I do both consciously and I suppose subconsciously to help me to unwind from a really busy schedule and prevent me from crumbling into a heap at the end of it. So today I want to share with you the top 3 things that I do and I think you can do as well if you're ever coming down and unwinding from a busy schedule, whether that be finishing up a run of shows like I've just done, or a recording session that you've had to prepare a lot for, or even just one high pressure gig. Let's get into it. What's up everyone? Welcome to Drummer's Perspective. My name is Ben Todd and I'm here to help broaden your scope of what's possible as a drummer. Thanks so much for checking out this video here today. Whether you're watching here on YouTube or you're listening on the podcast, I really do appreciate you wherever you're coming in from. If you are watching here on YouTube though, please subscribe to the channel. That really does help me out and it lets you know next time I've got a video coming out. So, as mentioned, today I want to share with you the top 3 things that I do whenever I'm needing to unwind and decompress from a busy and intense schedule. As I said, we've just finished up the Adelaide Fringe Festival in town, which has been a super fun time, but it's also been a lot of shows in quite a short period. So right now I'm spending a couple of days just coming down from all of that, unwinding, trying to compartmentalize things and experiences, physically tidy up in my workspace here in the studio and kind of give myself a nice blank canvas to move forward from into the next lot of musical projects that I have coming up. So I suppose I started kind of implementing and thinking about a lot of these concepts and ideas when I was on tour with Cirque du Soleil. In that situation, we were set up in cities for anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months in some cases. But it really didn't matter how long we were in a particular city for. Whenever we'd get towards the end of the season, there'd always be the same kind of feelings of fatigue and anticipation for a break. Now, if you're not careful about how you get through these intense periods of work, you can end up getting to that break and absolutely crumbling into a heap, both physically and mentally. So I really wanted to try and avoid that during my time with Cirque and actually enjoy the breaks and time off that we got, and never wanted to feel any feelings of resentment for the work that I'd just done. The Fringe Festival was an incredible time. Got to do some really fun shows, meet some amazing people. But yeah, if you're not careful, you can kind of get towards the ends of these experiences and just feel so much fatigue come over you that you end up having very kind of mixed feelings about the whole experience itself. So I hope that these concepts and ideas help you if you're ever in a position of coming through and kind of unwinding from an intense period, whether that be a long run of shows or a recital that you've needed to spend a lot of time preparing for, or even just a one-off gig that you needed to practice a lot for. Sometimes you can get to the day after all of this stuff finishes and not really know where to channel your energy, and you can feel quite flat and deflated. So hopefully these ideas help you. They've certainly helped me, and I'm utilizing them, as we speak in these days that I have to have off before I jump into the next lot of musical projects. So without more talking, let's jump into the first concept. So the first thing that I think you can do when you're trying to firstly get through a really busy and intense schedule and then unwind and come down from all of that is to actually have something else booked into your calendar to look forward to. Now, it really doesn't have to be anything huge or crazy, but just having something to keep your sights on when you're trying to get through an intensely busy time and then kind of unwind and reset for the next thing, that can really help to prevent you from just crumbling into a heap and not knowing where to channel your energy. Now, for me, I've had a couple of really fun shows and gigs that I've had booked in over the next few weeks that I actually started preparing for during the Fringe season, practicing, during the day before I'd go into the show. And now that the season itself has wrapped up, I'm continuing to work on that stuff. And I have something, else to look forward to. Now, I'm not practicing, 8 hours a day trying to, get myself ready for these gigs, but it's just something that I've been able to kind of, hack away at during the day and then continue to do so. So it's kind of been this really nice feeling of continuously moving forward and not just kind of falling into a heap at the end of the busy schedule. Now, this doesn't mean to say that it has to be a musical project that you need booked into your calendar. In fact, sometimes it can really help if it's nothing to do with music at all. If you've just come through a really intense time of playing or practicing or preparing for something, you might want to, schedule yourself time to paint your house or start reading a new book or something like that. But if you do want something musical that's aside from playing, it could be start working on writing a new piece or analyzing a recording or transcribing or something like that. But just having a project that you actually, physically put in your calendar that you can look forward to after a really busy and intense time can really help you to feel like you're continuously moving forward and have somewhere to channel all of your energy that you've, been using to get through an intense period of playing shows or preparing for a recital or whatever it may be. Just having an end goal, something else to put all that energy into can really, really help to keep you moving forward. So the next concept, I think, is something that a lot of creative, self-driven musicians struggle to do a lot of the time, and that's to actually schedule some downtime. Give yourself time to breathe guilt-free. This is a concept that I certainly struggle with a lot. As a musician and someone who's trying to always get better and develop, I sometimes find that if I have nothing scheduled to do, I'll fill it with either practicing or writing music or reaching out to someone to connect. But when you're coming down from a really intense and busy schedule, it's very, very important to allow yourself and actually schedule yourself some days off guilt-free to unwind from all of these experiences that you've just had. Now, sometimes it's just not possible to be able to have days off before jumping into the next project. But if you do have the chance to do that, I'd highly, highly suggest it. Even if you feel fine physically, mentally, there can be a lot of excess noise and clutter going around in your mind of all of these really stimulating experiences that you've just had, whether that be on a series of shows or in a performance environment. So it's very important to give yourself just a little bit of time to sit back and relax and compartmentalize all of these things in your mind and try and file things away and not carry any strange feelings from one project over to the next. So yeah, allowing yourself a couple of days or even a couple of hours, if that's all you have, just to sit guilt-free and kind of take everything in that you've just experienced can really, really help to prepare you to move forward in a very healthy way into your next musical adventure. Now, the last concept that I really try and utilize as much as I can when I'm actually preparing to unwind from a very busy and intense schedule is to remember to savor the lasts. Now, what I mean by savor the lasts is really try and take a moment to take everything in that's happening in those last few shows or last few songs of a high pressure gig or last few interactions that you have with someone that you think you might not see for an extended period of time after you've just shared the stage with them for the last 6 months or something like that. If you remind yourself to take in all of these memories before things finish up, this can really help to compartmentalize all of the experiences that you've just had over this very intense, busy schedule and not feel like you're just spat out the end of this experience and not really know what to do with yourself. If you take just a moment to really take everything in, it can help you to remember the experience in the best possible way. And then when you're having time to just sit back and relax and think about everything that's just happened over this intense period, it can help you to, just like pigeonhole things and remember the best positive experiences from those things. Maybe you've had some negative experiences as well. That's totally okay, but that's kind of the point of taking in everything during these last moments and then giving yourself that time later on to relax and reflect on all of that. Yeah, if you can file everything away and kind of give yourself a really nice clean slate and blank canvas to move on to your next lot of musical experiences, this is only a good thing in the long run in terms of you having a long, sustained, and happy and healthy career as a musician. So I think we'll leave it there for today. I just wanted to put together this quick little video this week to share with you some of the things that I'm going through literally on a day-by-day basis at the moment to help kind of unwind and decompress from this busy and intense period of work that I've just been through. There are certainly some other things and other ideas that I'm implementing to help get through this period of time, but these are certainly the 3 most beneficial techniques that I've found to help me, and I think have the most value and benefit to all of you out there as well if you're going through a similar thing. But as always, I want to hear from you guys and girls out there. What are some of the things that you do if you're coming through an intense period of work and unwinding from that, or an intense period of preparation for a show or recital, and kind of how you come down from those experiences once it's all wrapped up? I'm always looking for new things to do and new things to try. So I'd really, really love to hear what you have to say. And I know a lot of other people in this community would enjoy and get value from reading it as well. So please put it in the comments below and I would really love to check it out. But we'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much once again for checking out this video. If you haven't done so already, please head on over to drummersperspective.com, sign up to the mailing list, and I'll see you next time on Drummers Perspective.